Today I'm going to walk you through using the Scantron machine so that if you need to get results, you can do that on your own. There's two categories here of Scantron sheets, one for if you have more than 50 questions and one if you have less than 50 questions. To use the actual Scantron machine, there is a on switch right behind here. You just flip it on. It'll take a second to register, and then you click start and put in the teacher key first. Okay, and then you can load all of the other student responses. We're only going to do 4, just so that you see the process here. While it's doing that, it will give you some information like the number of forms that were processed and the average and that last percentage for the last quiz. When you are done, when you're ready to transfer the information over, you insert a pen drive or flash drive, if you can figure out how that works. And then there's a transfer data button. It will then process and transfer for a minute, and it's got that all on there, so we can close that out. You really should transfer the data over after every test because it will not separate if you do 3 tests in a row and then transfer over. So from there, go into this wonderfully decorated office. Okay, and then on this laptop in here, because this laptop is the only one that has the program loaded, that's why we use this one. This is Mr. Feldman's old laptop. You just click on this icon here that is Remark Classic in that bottom left-hand corner. I have my USB drive plugged in. This program will then open up. So your options on here, it will ask you to import Scantron score data. You click on that, and it will give you all the tests that you have on your USB, and the only way to distinguish is by looking at the time of when it took place. So this last one here is on January 8th, that's today, that's when I'm filming. It's got the 4 records, so I know that that's the one that I sent. So I would unclick all of them but that one, and then click on import. Okay, it'll then click to this screen which has different report options. You want to click on display reports. The first option is student statistics report. That just tells you how each student does. Because you don't have the names entered in, that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, so that's not necessarily a great report. The class frequency distribution gives you an idea of where the students scored, where their ABC range. So this one is okay. Sometimes it's useful to see where kids are at for the whole class. It gives you a breakdown of how many A's, B's, C's, D's, and E's and F's, and they have the percentages there as the same thing that we have, the 90 to 100, 80 to 90. The student response gives you every student and every response. The green are correct, the red are incorrect. That is not necessarily a great report. This one is the one that I think is very useful. It gives you a breakdown of how each question was answered and the number of times that the correct answer was selected, and if an incorrect answer was selected more often than the actual correct answer, which is helpful to look at where students struggled or if there is a question that needs to be re-examined. There's a lot of information up here about the total points, the standard deviation, median score, mean score, max score, ranges of scores, but all of these I think are beneficial and looking at how the test went for the students. So this is the one I would for sure print out. And this one is each question, which the condensed test report already gives you a breakdown of. So for me, the condensed test report is the best one. Class frequency can be useful if you're looking at where students scored. So we are then going to want to print these, and to get them in color, you're going to go up to print. It'll give you several options. You want to scroll back here to the 02 color printer. And that should print that to the office copier and give you a color copy. So I'll show you where that copier is also. Okay, this color copier is right back here behind Lynn's desk, and it gives you the color response.
Well, it was